What's up YouTube? Today I got some online racing for you in Forza Horizon 4. So starting off with the Quartz Regalia monster truck. So basically a big luxury car on a monster truck frame. So quite quick off the line, surprisingly, so up in first place. We got a Porsche behind us here. So on to the first sharp corner here, just gonna go into the wall, gonna understeer a bit, and gonna get passed by the Atomic Punk. You can see if we can catch up to him in the water here. This thing just plows through anything. And he's off into the wall in his tryhard Atomic Punk, and we are going to fly up into first place. I believe this car is like a mashup of like a Maserati, a Cadillac, and like a Mercedes or something like that. Just super weird. Definitely confusing why they would just decide to throw this on a monster truck suspension and have like some Mad Max exhaust pipes coming out the side. But you know, it makes it weird, makes things a little different, so just gonna run with it and see how we do. So this thing definitely understeering a bit, a giant monster truck, kind of something you would expect. And as you can see, as a result, we are slowing down through these corners, and Farmer Dan is catching up ever so slightly. So really suffering from that understeer, and we are going to drop down into third place as Farmer Dan and another teammate in a Porsche fly up beside us. So just going to have the acceleration to outdrag Farmer Dan here. But as you can see, once we get up into 6th gear, it really starts slowing down. So Farmer Dan is going to make his way up beside us here. So on to the dirt, where this thing excels. We are going to gain a little bit of ground here and push the Porsche as we battle for first. So the famous types of battles in Forza, we got a Mad Max vehicle versus an old school air-cooled Porsche. So always interesting to see some of the weird battles we can come up with here. So starting on to the next race in first place here. So flying off the line on this off-road track, point to point, as we get passed by the Atomic Punk. But he's just going to forget to brake and go straight into the wall. So we are going to take first place back with no competition whatsoever. As you can see, this thing just dominating this track like nobody's business. So going to struggle through that last section due to the understeer on this vehicle, but still going to be an easy win. So here we are on to the next one, giving me life on easy mode. Not quite sure what I did to deserve this. Starting off in first place, here we are again with our buddy in the Atomic Punk. So struggling around this first corner with that dang understeer. Something this big, you know you're going to have some issues around the corners. So getting passed by the Jeep up there quite quick, and just kind of tapping the Atomic Punk, not even meaning to, as we get unghosted, and he's just going to have a fit right away and start smashing into me. And we already had some issues with him previously, so I wasn't even going to give him the time of day. I just said, you know what, that's it, get out of here. Smashing him into the wall a couple times. You try to ram me, you're going to have a fun time afterwards. As you can see up there with Farmer Dan, I was not able to make the pass stick, but for now, we're just going to stay back and remain patient and calm as we approach the next super sharp corner here. We got a Ford GT off into the wall. We got a Jeep, not quite sure, Wrangler, that's what that is. As we're here behind the Atomic Punk, just going to see if we can make a pass here. Again, just plodding until I can make a move. You see him start to move over behind me there, but we make the pass. So just flying around that corner there, over the jump, and gonna get smashed by the Atomic Punk. Just gonna brake, and already being able to predict that he's gonna go flying right into the wall, and that's exactly what happens. So still holding our place in third as we surprisingly do quite well up this hill. Looks like we're actually gaining on the Jeep in front of us. So moving on to the dirt section here in this little stunt park. Kind of worried about this section with a big vehicle such as this. We got all the little jumps and the rivers and whatnot. So against two tiny Jeeps in comparison, we're going to see how this thing does. So ghosting through the first Jeep and going to see how we can make this corner. Smashing the joystick too hard. Going to just honk by accident. And just gonna get the pass done on the outside, just barely making it by clean. So 88% completion as we speak. Gonna see if we can hold our first place position around these corners. Gonna have to use the e-brake to counteract that understeer, and just managing to hold it in first. And that's gonna be the end of it. So on to the next one. A-Class Rally point-to-point. We got a Volkswagen Golf starting off in 9th place behind a cop car Mercedes Tryhard truck. We got a the Rocks truck, forget what it's called. So all the way up into 4th so far, doing quite well. 3rd place, 2nd place, and we're just gonna go a little bit wide and then get smashed into the wall as we rejoin the track. So gonna drop all the way down back into 8th place as we approach the noob corner. I'll just call it the noob corner because everyone likes to smack into the wall, and we regain about 72 positions right there off the corner. So I'm gonna watch the Mercedes go flying into the wall. This car is kind of slow, kind of understeery, so we're gonna see what we can do as the Mercedes goes into the wall. Again, I'm not quite sure where he was trying to go with that. Maybe he was trying to find a shortcut or something. Not quite sure what has gotten into him there. So up in 1st place as we speak. Gonna see if we got the power to hold our position. And he's gonna try it up the inside, gonna hit me into the wall, and we're just gonna get penalized a little bit there. So we're gonna try and stay on his tail and keep the pressure on him as he gets outbraked by himself and goes into the wall. Just gonna slide up the inside, back into 1st. So having to pull the e-brake just to get around these corners because this thing loves to understeer, but having some decent acceleration on the exit with that Turbo Rally engine. So as you can see, he's on my back bumper. Just gonna hold it together here. Gonna hit that e-brake and go around wide. And I'm just gonna see if I can hold it together here near the end. Again, smacking the horn from just mashing that joystick too hard. And looks like he messed up on that corner. And that's going to be a 1st place win in the ugly, understeery, underpowered Volkswagen Golf. So on to the next one, we got an S1 class rally event in the Ford Focus ST V8 swap. So passing a couple guys off the line. We got a bunch of hoonigan, crazy rally edition cars, and just gonna fly past all of them in my street Ford Focus. So this thing, I shouldn't say it's a street Focus because it does have the rally suspension and all that stuff, but it is a far cry from being a hoonigan car with all the fans and all the goodies on it. But as you can see, the V8 just screaming as we run away from the rest of the pack. This thing definitely has that runaway torque that I love with these V8s. And as a result, going to be an easy victory in the V8 Ford Focus. So on to the next one, starting in 2nd place behind the Jeep Trailcat. So the Trailcat, definitely a good off-road vehicle, very solid, very balanced, and easy to drive in my opinion and in my experience. And as you can see, that V8 just gonna be screaming as we pass everyone and seemingly leave them in the dust. And as you can see, another easy victory in the Focus, so definitely a winning combination there. So feel free to check that one out. So on to the next race in the McLaren F1. So starting off in 5th place, got a point-to-point. So moving up into 3rd. Definitely a good fast car, handles pretty well also. So up in 3rd place behind a Lamborghini Aventador and a Lotus Esprit. So just going for the inside move on the Lamborghini. Gonna make it happen there. And I'm gonna see if we can hunt down this Lotus. And he's going to slow down a little bit, going to mess up that section, and going to be right on his tail, and somehow that traffic car is just going to take him out. I'm not even sure what happened there. I think that guy might have been an undercover working for the red team because he took that guy out, and I'm not even quite sure how he did it. So easily taking 1st place, and that's going to be the win. So on to the next race. Still in the McLaren F1, starting all the way down in 7th. So around the 1st corner, we got at least one guy messing up there that we can see. So just going to take that position. And around the next corner, we're going to see a bunch of streetlights, and they're just going to stop me. And not quite sure what just happened there. I know streetlights are supposed to tell you when to stop, but they're not supposed to physically stop you. So definitely losing a bunch of momentum from that. So trying to take the inside line around this corner as we fight here with the Viper NSX and a Mustang. And just blocking me off, not really giving me a spot to pass. So just gonna ride the Viper's back bumper as we definitely have the speed. And I don't think he's gonna like that here, because things are going to get a little messy, and he's just going to ram into me a couple times. And try and take the defensive line, and try and hang on to this position and run away. This McLaren F1 definitely good on power here in S1 class. As you can see, just going to slowly run away from that Viper. And that's going to be it. So I'm going to finish in 2nd place. Going to lose out to that red Lotus from the last race. Just wasn't able to catch him after that. So on to the next race in the Renault Clio. So never really driven this car before, but just decided to try something different. No downforce because it looked ugly. So we're just going to be sliding all over the place, and we're just going to deal with it. And that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you have to sacrifice functionality in order to to get a better looking car, even though in my opinion this car's kind of ugly to begin with, but I did not feel like making it even more ugly. So in 5th place as we speak, as we go around this sharp corner, so up behind a Honda CRX, I believe, or that could just be another Civic. And looks like he's going to battle it out with the Hellcat, and they're both going to go off. Oh, that was actually Farmer Dan. So going around the corner, moving up into 3rd place. It looks like we got some ground to cover here if we want a shot at passing one of those two guys. Just going to try and avoid a couple traffic cars. They're going to lose a bit of speed as we plow through the fence. But this thing is actually decent on power. So we're just able to catch up to these guys here. Looks like we got a Charger and a sweaty TZ22 or TZ2, I believe it is. So we're gonna see if we can make anything happen here as the Charger loses out on the straightaway. Just gonna pull up next to him here, see if we can make a clean pass. So we're going to be sliding all over the place onto the grass, but just going to make it onto the racing line for the next corner. So just going to hold the inside line and try and keep the Charger from passing. So surprisingly enough, this thing is actually very good on power. Obviously doesn't handle too well because of the lack of downforce, so slide around a lot, but actually not doing too bad in that race, coming 2nd behind the Alfa Romeo. So on to the next one here, moving up into 1st place right off the line. So just going to get passed by the Alfa Romeo as we approach the 1st corner. He's going to take a crappy line, and I did not think I was going to go through him, so I just tapped the brakes a little bit, but actually I could have just went right through him and took 1st place back. So going to lose out a little bit on the straight. That car is just so overpowered. It has handling, it has power, it has everything you need in a winning car. So just going to get out-dragged on the straightaway, so we're going to have to rely on my cornering here as he tries to avoid the traffic car, and he's going to lose a bunch of speed from that. So right on his back bumper as we speak. Let me see if I can make a move into the next corner. And again, he's going to take a crappy line. Not quite sure what he's doing there, but still going to be able to hold it ahead of me. So just going to struggle through here with the lack of downforce, but still holding it together fairly well. But with that being said, just going to finish in 2nd place. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post new content. It helps the algorithm and will help the channel grow. And leave a comment with your thoughts and opinions. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.